I will be using this crisis for my crisis brief. The Salt Lake City Olympic bribery scandal for the 2002 Winter Olympics. A local Salt Lake reporter found out that the Salt Lake City Organizing Committee had been paying for an International Olympic Committee member's daughter to attend American University in Washington in return for their vote for Salt Lake. This scholarship program was set up by the Salt Lake City Organizing Committee for family and friends of the International Organizing Committee's members vote in order to gain their votes for Salt Lake. This article started a chain reaction where it was found that 5 to 7% of the International Olympic Committee had been taking or soliciting bribes from the Salt Lake City Organizing Committee. I'm speaking on behalf of the International Olympic Committee with my presentation. Today I'm speaking on behalf of the International Olympic Committee, and our organization would like to address the story that has been circulating in the news for the past several months. Let me open by providing a brief background on this story. There was an article that surfaced late last year about the unknown corruption within the Salt Lake City Organizing Committee for the 2002 Winter Olympics, and then therefore within the International Olympic Committee. It was brought to light that the Salt Lake City Organizing Committee had been bribing members within the International Olympic Committee for their vote on who should host the 2002 Winter Olympics. The Olympic Committee has been doing everything we can to resolve this problem within our organization. We are taking this issue very seriously and want to do everything we can to correct this issue. I would like to begin by saying that the entirety of the International Olympic Committee deeply regrets that the situation even happened in the first place. It is the International Olympic Committee that is being judged right now, and it is us that must deal with the situation. Our main goal is to take the necessary steps to be absolutely certain that this very sad episode never happens again. Moving forward, I would like to explain the intentions of the committee at fault. Although attaining the bid for the Salt Lake City to host the 2002 Winter Olympics were handled the wrong way, the intentions of the Salt Lake City Organizing Committee were decent. The bidding committee was just trying to secure the Winter Olympics for the United States, and this was specifically Salt Lake. Hosting the Winter Olympics would bring revenue into Salt Lake community. It would also bring a large number of visitors coming in for the games, which would help boost Utah's tourism industry. Now that you know that the intentions of these people were pure, I would like to next explain the actions that have been taken. To resolve this problem, the International Olympic Committee has taken many steps to end the corruption within our organization. First, the president and CEO of the Salt Lake City Organizing Committee, Frank Jolick, resigned in January, along with Senior Vice President of the Bid Committee, Dave Johnson. This was to ensure that the people know that the Bid Committee, where the corruption was rooted, is just a part of the Salt Lake City Organizing Committee. And the entirety of their organization is not at fault, just the people who were assigned to get the bid for Salt Lake. Next, the International Olympic Committee, has expelled 6 of its members after taking hundreds of thousands of dollars from them for their misconduct. Lastly, the committee is in discussion about making permanent changes to the bidding process. These changes will be made public as soon as the committee reaches a decision on what to ensure we can do to ensure this problem doesn't happen again. Now let's move on from the action that was taken to the person who was responsible for this unethical corruption. Some people have been saying that the entirety of the International Olympic Committee was aware of the bribing that was happening, but this is largely untrue. The Salt Lake City Organizing Committee, specifically the bidding committee, was fully responsible for the situation. The committee accepted their fault when multiple members, including the president and vice president, resigned before action could be taken. People this high up in a company do not just resign for no reason. They're usually trying to hide from something. The only part of the International Olympic Committee that knew this bribery was happening were the people who took the bribes, and they have now been expelled. This means that the corruption has been isolated and removed. I have now refuted that the committee was not aware of the situation, so let me recap what has been presented. Today I have explained that first, the Salt Lake City Organizing Committee had good intentions despite the unequivocal way of obtaining the bid for the 2002 Winter Olympics. Next, I described how there's been multiple actions taken by the International Olympic Committee to resolve this issue and make sure it doesn't happen again. Lastly, I refuted the claim that the committee was aware of the bribery going on to win the bid for the Olympics. We want to be completely transparent as an organization as we continue resolving this unfortunate matter, and will release any new developments as they happen.